guys. I know it's been a while since I've been on here, and so I apologize for that. Life has been busy and a little chaotic sometimes, but that's okay. I wanted to share something that has been really on my heart lately, and I hope that it is going to make your life just a little bit easier, your journey a little bit more smooth sailing, because this is something that I wish that I had understood way back when I found myself looking for something different, looking for something more, but just not really knowing where to go or what to do about it. So this is I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe this. And basically what I want to share with you is what I thought was patterns within me, so basically just who I was and why that was so incorrect. So maybe you've heard me talk before, and you've heard me talk about that I've had a temper my entire life. I've been I had the nickname as Lucy as a child off of Charlie Brown because she's a hothead, and I've always had a short fuse, and that's just kind of been who I have always been since I can remember. Now, maybe anger isn't your thing. Maybe you have a different emotion that's kind of an all-consuming. Maybe some people call you super emotional, or you cry easily, or something like that. Now, what I want to talk about today is I want to challenge you with that whole mindset that is just who you are. And the reason why is I heard something on the radio the other day. I think it was a podcast. I was driving, and so I couldn't write down the podcast name or the guy's name who said it, but it's something that I'd heard before, but the way he said it really struck home to me. And that was basically that our minds do not care about time. Time means nothing to our brains. So that applies to how we feel, how we're processing our emotions. It doesn't matter when it was, that pain is forever stored inside of us. So if you think about your brain as kind of an office space with all these filing cabinets, you're going to have a filing cabinet of, these are good memories associated with my parents. These are good memories associated with summer holidays. These are bad memories associated with being bullied on the school ground. These are, and these are memories that I am putting way back in the deepest, darkest corner that I don't ever want to remember again. Now, the problem with this, which I've now learned and now understand, is that those filing cabinets, even if they are hidden way at the back from years and years and years ago, the effect of those memories and the memories themselves will always be inside that filing cabinet. They will always be inside your brain. So you're not really moving on from them when you stick them in some deep, dark, dusty, cobweb-covered filing cabinet just because you feel like that's what you're going to do. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to deal about it. Forgive, forget, move on, whatever, right? That's not how it works, unfortunately. And I don't want to burst your bubble, but I hope that by sharing this information with you, that it gets you healing faster. So what I learned was how to actually access those files that I stored way in the back corner that are dirty, that I do not like, that, they make me, feel gross. They bring me back to those emotions from way back when, is I learned that I need to access those files and basically take the power out of them. I need to release that negativity of that memory. So I experienced trauma as a child, and I also experienced trauma as a teenager. In both of those events, I felt completely powerless. And that is something that has kind of hung over me since then. So when I feel powerless, my knee-jerk reaction is anger. which is a very common reaction when you feel your power has been taken away. When I was able to actually start releasing the negativity associated with the trauma, then my body seemed to realize that anger and frustration and my really short fuse of my temper wasn't necessary anymore, because those knee-jerk reactions, those were created as a protective mechanism. I made those in that moment to keep me safe, to help heal my heart. I put walls up. I guarded everything. I wasn't about to let anybody take advantage of me ever again. And the list goes on and on. And in that moment, that is a very good thing to do. You talk to any therapist, psychologist, creating those reactions is just self-preservation. It's what's going to get you through the day, and that is great in the moment. Now, the struggle is being able to go back after you've had time to heal and grow and mature a little bit, to go back to that memory and look at it from a bird's eye view, basically, and see that you were innocent. None of that was your fault. And to send love to yourself in that moment, because when you send love there, you're going to start diffusing the power. So when I have my knee-jerk reaction of being angry or frustrated or whatever, I need to send love to that emotion. Am I saying, oh, Leanne, that's awesome that you're angry? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it is me acknowledging that, hey, anger, I see you. I see that you're hurting. I see that you feel powerless. And it's okay. We're gonna figure this out. I love you and I see you. And when you start doing that with your negative emotions that all stem from memories that you have in your brain, when you can start going back and seeing the pattern, recognizing where those emotions came from, that's when you can really start to release things. And that's when you can really start to grow. And so why that's been so important for me to figure out is because my temper and my anger was a major hindrance in my relationship with my horses, because I was always quick to correct. I was one of those naggy riders, like, come on, do this, come on, you got it, and never letting them breathe, never letting them relax. And until I was able to actually see that my anger was connected with memories from years and years ago, that I was actually able to move on and be able to see myself in a whole new light, and then as a result see my horse completely different. Because until I was ready to change myself and see myself in a whole new light, the problems I was having with my horse were never going to change, because I needed to change myself to change my horse. My horse wasn't the problem. I was the problem. How I looked at everything was the problem. How I reacted, how I let everything affect me personally, that was the problem. And so until I really addressed that was when things really started to change for me. Now, I really hope that this touched base with you a little bit. If it did, I would really love it for you to share this video with a friend or on your Facebook page, just to help, because I really think a lot of people need to hear this message, that who we are is a result from trauma that has happened to us. Now, it doesn't need to be some huge trauma like you were kidnapped and held captive from your parents for, 2 years. Trauma does not have to be that extreme. Trauma is how you felt in that moment, even if from an adult's point of view that what you experienced was not trauma. Perhaps it was just one comment that a sibling said to you at some point in time that made you feel rotten. It made you feel worthless. And now you look back at it and be like, well, she was only 8 when she said that to me. Of course that doesn't matter. It matters, because you felt that way as a child and you filed that away. So that negative energy built around that memory is still inside of you. And until you can release it, it's just going to sit there. and it's going to keep interfering with everything in your life. Okay, I could ramble on about this for a while, so I'm going to call this short, call this good. And if you have any questions, don't be shy. You can reach out to me. I'd love to chat some more about this if you feel like, maybe you're starting to connect the dots and you want somebody to bounce ideas off of. I would love to do that. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will chat again soon.